was like, this is kind of a weird message. But I'll go check it out and see like what's going on with that, right?
Mhm.
And so I go check and I talk to her, and I kind of had a feeling. I mean, that was kind of obvious that
Like it comes
that the
across as
person
like
who
almost
wrote
like a
that,
high school messaging. Yeah, of course, this is like a bait. Like they're
yeah,
trying to get
yeah,
you to
yeah.
talk to somebody. Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I talked to this person and I find out, it was the person who wrote me the message on the website was the same female who wanted to talk to me
Mhm.
or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, and so it turns out this girl, now I didn't know this until like a few days into talking to her, but it turns out like this girl is like the most popular like e-girl on like R9K and 4chan or
Okay.
whatever. I'm not going to name any names or anything, but like all the drama is kind of out there. And so like we kind of enter
When
into
you hold on, I'm sorry, because
into
it's been a long
yeah.
time since I've done unfortunate stuff. When you say popular girl on R9K, so I don't know what the night. Okay, I don't know what the proper term is to use, but like a tripped F, you know what I'm talking about, right? That word, right? Like a tripped frog? Is this like somebody that trips all the time, or do people do that all the time on R9K, or how do you know who's who? Or do they just like post pictures of themselves, or what?
So
Oh,
R9K has a pretty bad culture. Like a really, I would say like especially like in 2019, 2020, they have a really bad culture where they would find girls that they would find cute or just like
mm-hmm.
a YouTube video, or maybe they interact with 4chan in some way,
Yeah.
and they will like obsess over them
Mm-hmm.
in a very extreme way, sometimes to the point of it getting to like illegal levels, right? Like involving like stalking and all kinds of stuff. And like we call them orbiters, right? And that kind of stuff is very bad, very bad. But she was kind of like the most popular girl on 4chan or on R9K in particularly.
Mm-hmm.
We enter a relationship after we find out like we have a lot more in common. She was from Australia. I was
Oh,
from
big red flag. Go ahead.
America.
I'm just fucking. Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Yeah, no. It was a long distance relationship,
Sure.
right? And then and that's already like just rough, right?
Yeah, of course.
Um so and then things go by, and I find out that her parents are very abusive to her, and even though like she's like 18, like she's still getting spanked, she's getting yelled at.
Wait, she's how
I'm
old?
hearing this. She's
And
18
she's
and
getting
she's getting
spanked.
spanked.
Jeez.
She's getting spanked.
Okay.
I'm hearing her parents yell at her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing all kinds of just like insane shit. Like whenever I'm talking to her,
Mm-hmm.
all the time, and it's just like it's fucking horrendous, right?
Okay.
Me along with her counselor, because she has like a counselor. She tells her counselor that she's getting abused and she wants to leave her parents' home. Right, and this is before like the lockdowns happen in Australia and all that kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I help her with that along with her counselor, who gets her like a home and blah 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 blah. Like this is like a government counselor, right?
Okay.
When the lockdowns happen, like she already had her passport and she was planning to like come over here, and we were planning to get married and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And but when all the lockdowns happened, she was kind of like stuck there because the lockdowns in Australia at the time were probably like more strict than even like
Anywhere in the world, almost. Yeah, it was really intense. Yeah.
Yeah. She was stuck there pretty much entirely, and I am glazing over a lot of like good and like glazing over a lot of bad as well. And I'm not, yeah, but so it turns out she there was another guy involved. She was talking about being touch starved a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, long story short, a lot of the orbiters from R9K are involved in our relationship. She's posting a lot of stuff of our private messages online. I have gotten doxxed multiple times at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'm really going hard now. But there was someone who came to my house. I don't know if I should be talking about that, but there was someone who came to my house who was in my backyard. I had to call the police on them as well. She was just getting fucking really crazy, and then she was threatening suicide all the time, and and it was just kind of like this is getting really really bad, and this is but I was in love with her, I was genuinely in love with her, even though we were like forced into a long distance relationship or whatever. But eventually, I guess it all like went way too fucking far, and she she left me, and then she admitted to cheating on me, and I tried to um, killing myself. I tried to kill myself rather, in a really dumb way, and I was in like a mental hospital for a while, and then I like developed like a cutting habit and stuff. But I'm like over all that now. And then after that, um I met a girl in real life, and I met more than a couple girls in real life, and I'm not really a virgin anymore. I would prefer to be, because I do still have like a Christian faith, and I know like a lot of people are not Christian in the chat, but it's like I do feel like that I made a mistake losing my virginity.
Your kind of like thing online is, I imagine there's like a decent chunk of people that know you as the incel guy. Like, oh, that's the incel guy from like Jubilee. Is this like a badge you want to wear, or is this something you're trying to get away from, or are you kind of indifferent to it now, or what?
I mean, yeah. So a lot of people do know me as the Jubilee Incel guy, like even on the forum, even on my YouTube channel, even most people who contact me, because I have like public contact information out there. I don't really like hide that. Like I have like my email up, my Twitter. You can find me on Looksmax as well. But I mean, that's not really a public place, but I mean, it's public to view. But so a lot of people who do go out and find me and try and contact me, whether it be like my email or my Discord or whatever, they know me as the Jubilee Incel guy, right?
Yeah.
Now, a lot of the time, they'll see one of my videos, or they'll see like one of my recent pictures, especially because it's kind of surprising, right? But most people who contact me are women. Most people who contact me are women, and a lot of them are kind of like surprised when they see that I look different from the video, I guess. And yeah, I mean, I just try to have like discussions with them about whatever they want to talk about. If anyone wants to contact me about anything, I'll talk to anyone about whatever, right? If I have the free time. Now, of course, I will be like pretty blunt and honest with them about whatever they ask me about, whether it be like anything related to incel topics or whatever. But some people are like that. Some people find my views very disgusting, right? Some people find my views to be horrendous, absolutely, just dreadful.
Yeah.
And that's I understand. My views are I guess they are pretty extreme. I'm very self-aware about that. But well, I mean extreme in like by today's standards, I suppose. But yeah, I'm not trying to like run away from the incel or from the Jubilee stuff. I do let people know that the videos were edited, but that's about it.
Do you when you talk to people on you describe the other platform you talk on that it sounds like a little bit more extreme? Did you say what was this called? Looksmart or Looksmax or what?
Oh, it's called Looksmax. I can send you like the link. It's called looksmax.org or whatever. It's supposed to be a men's self-improvement forum.
Okay.
Right? It's it's a little bit more than that. I mean, you go to the off-topic section, you might see some. I wouldn't like show any of it on stream or anything. I mean, just be careful about it if you do at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm like, I even posted a thread on there, and like recently, about going on the stream. And, someone else posted a thread about that as well. All of this stuff on Looksmax, it's basically just like a place where guys can talk to each other in like a private. There's not really any rules other than don't post anything illegal, don't dox anyone, don't do anything that is, genuinely bad. But like, other than that, it's pretty like much rule free.
Gotcha. Do you, when you engage in like content there, are you like normally just like debating people over like what are like the big topics, I guess, that you guys are like usually discussing?
That's a good question. So like normally what we talk about, I noticed like recently as well, I would say like the biggest, can I talk about this? So the biggest thing that we debate on there nowadays, I've noticed has to do with kind of like the sexual market differences between